Due to the film The Big Lebowski, the White Russian was one of the most requested cocktails of the late 90s and early 2000s. Even though there's not much history about the cocktail, we think the name came about purely because the base ingredient was vodka. And back in those days, vodka was very much associated with Russia or the Soviet Union. Look at the two big brands of the days, Stoli and Smirnoff. However, roll forward 20 odd years and seeing this cocktail out in the wilds and on cocktail menus will be a pretty rare occurrence. Perhaps most probably because of the cream element. A lot of people associate cream with being fattening, or they've gone vegan, so they look for dairy alternatives. So the cocktail in itself has died a death. But in my opinion, you should never keep a good cocktail down. It is a simple 3-ingredient cocktail, but we are going to give it a little makeover, and I cannot wait to show you this recipe. Now, we'll make this cocktail in 2 steps because I am playing about with the black part of it, the coffee and the vodka part of it. We're going to riff that up, but also playing with the cream flavors as well. But we'll start off with the base, and I like to use vanilla vodka. Even though the original recipe is plain vodka, I've always, whenever I've had it, I've always used vanilla vodka. 60 ml, double bubble. Now for the coffee liqueur, again, we could go straight down the line. I tend not to use Kahlua or anything like that these days because the ABV, you just need a decent bump in ABV. This stuff is from Solo. We have got their OG there as well, but this is their PX sherry. Now what that means for the uninitiated is basically aged in PX sherry cask barrels. And the end result, yes, big, bold coffee notes, but you also get like walnutty, toffee, caramelly notes coming off this as well. It's an incredible coffee liqueur and just puts the easiest of twists on espresso martinis on cocktails like this. And because it is the healthy bump in ABV, it's a 25% ABV instead of your Kahlua and your turmeric. God knows what they are these days, but they're almost sugar syrups. It just works so much better in cocktails. Whether you want this or a Mr. Black or something like this, just go for a higher ABV, because it really does carry the flavour. So we're going for 22.5 ml. And I always like adding little sort of chocolate notes to coffee cocktails as well. So we're not going for too much here, but I've got Giffard's Cacao Blanc here. There are chocolate bitters coming out as well, but not in this part of the cocktail. So I just want like a chocolate liqueur as well. And it will give us a little bit of sweetness as well. So we just got 10 ml of a Cacao Blanc. And then just to amp those coffee notes even more, I'm going for Ms. Better's Cafe Madras coffee bitters. We're just going for half a pipette, just to really bolster that coffee note. Right, ice already in here. I'm just going to stir down for 10 to 15 seconds. Now, before we start assembling this, I've just set that to one side because I actually want to do something to the cream as well. And I just want to keep everything cold before I put the whole cocktail together. So I'm going on for my mixer, and I've just got a tiny, tiny bit of ice in there because I want to chill this down. Now, I am not saying that this is the best product or whatever you should be using at all. I've mentioned this before. The whole reason I've got it is because I don't do that many creamy cocktails, and there is no real long life shelf stable alternative that I can keep in the fridge or keep on the shelf for when I use it, except for Oatly, the cream. Is it creamy? Oatly single cream oat. And it'll, from buying it, it'll last like 3 or 4 months in your fridge. And so it's great just to have like a couple of these lying around. I'm actually going to make more than I actually need here. So in the recipe that will pop up on screen at the end, I will kind of actually show you the recipe that you need for this. But as I say, I'm making double the amount. So I'm going for 2 ounces. Now I love kind of adding vanilla to cream as well. And for me, you know, hands down, this is without doubt my favorite vanilla sweetener, vanilla sugar on the market. I just want 5 ml. Not, I should have used bar spoon, shouldn't I? There we go, that's half a 10 ml. The aromas, honestly, just try it, because it's the same price as normal vanilla syrups. Just try it. Amped up porn star martini is going to be fantastic for this. And then I did mention chocolate bitters are coming out to play, and they're coming out to play in the cream. So Can we see that? Can you get the close up there? Yeah, there you go. Just going for half a, or a pipette, I should say. Right now, I'm just going to whip this up on the spindle on the mixer for 15 seconds or so, just to make it slightly thicker. We can start assembling this now. The glass choice this time is another from Artist. This is the Back to the 20s range, and this is the Barracuda. It's 11 and a quarter ounces, essentially. The vanilla creamy notes. Oh, that's really tasty. Right. Hopefully, if we pour this over the top ice cube, just very, very slowly. Yeah, look at that. Now, if you like my style of cocktails, don't forget I've got a free PDF ebook that you can download where I'll show you how to riff up 10 of my favorite cocktails. To get your hands on that, the link will be in the description below. It'll also be in the pinned comments, or you can scan that QR code just right beside my head. Oh dear God, that is going to be such a guilty pleasure. That is, you drink it in 2 stages. I had to quickly get the thumbnails, the photos before everything sort of sank and sort of looked like that. But you get the 2 stages. When you drink through the cream, you get this, because it's oatly, because it's like not a double cream or anything like that, which would have layered, you know, probably even easier to be fair, or whipped cream. But you get that sort of, it's a vanilla-y cream with like chocolate notes that are going through. The cream tastes fantastic. But then when you kind of tip the glass and you get the actual sort of the base of the cocktail that comes through there, you get this wonderful, absolutely wonderful sort of coffee flavors coming through from that PX, that sherry aged coffee liqueur. You get this sort of nutty, like carameliness. You get the vanilla vodka that comes through, but that's just amped up sort of, that is, honestly, that is really, really delicious. So come on, this must be the easiest question that I'm ever going to ask you now. It's a simple 3-ingredient cocktail. The White Russian, you know, vodka, coffee liqueur, cream. If it does come back, if we are going to make it a thing, if it does come back, how are you going to make yours stand out from your competition or your friends when you're having a party? How are you going to turn heads with it? I mean, just off the top of my head, I'd probably go maybe a split base, vanilla vodka, brandy and coffee. It just works exceptionally well, like cognacs from Pierre Ferrand up there. You could also go split base with rum, like a spiced rum. Maybe not the stone fruit. That could be a bit crazy, but the Sly Dog spiced in there. But having said that, a bit crazy, I know raspberry also does work really, really well with coffee. So the raspberry vodka or even the black cherry vodka is kind of a split base. I do want those vanilla notes in there. No, liqueur-wise, I use the cacao in there, Giffards cacao. But you could, I mean, to get that out first, you could even go banana. Banana and coffee works amazingly well. Cacao, that cacao with a hint of vanilla would be an exceptional shout in this cocktail as well. Tasting the base of it, honestly, an amaretto in there. And even, it's down here on the floor, even that Noyau that I had out in the last filming session would be incredible in this. You won't see it and I can't reach it, but for cocktail masterclasses, for espresso martinis when they asked it, I've got a bottle of Stolly salted caramel there as well. Salted caramel vodka in there. There are endless possibilities here. Yes, I know we're making a cocktail slightly more complicated than what it actually is, but you can batch that cream up. I did actually have, I was going to do the cream in a squeezy, to be fair. I was going to fill that all up, and I thought, no, let's do it on the mixer. Let's just do a little bit. But you could, if you had bigger squeezies, you can have your cream like batched up with vanilla and the chocolate coming through it, ready to go in the fridge. You could just get out and just sort of squeeze it on top, a quick shake in that. Job done. I can't wait to see some of your creations over the next few months, over the next couple of years, however long this video lasts for. It's going to be amazing to sort of see the White Russian come back. But if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to my channel. That way you won't miss any of my future videos. And talking about future videos, we're back to fun. Next one's actually got a little bit of coffee in it as well. I'm going to riff up the Bahama Mama. Right, I'll see you next time. I might save this for later, you know, like a dessert cocktail, after lunch dessert cocktail.